Hi everyone, we are from ChongCharoen Group. Today we are going to present our Dioro term project, the reverse engineering from the receipt to the enterprise information system. But before we start, let's watch a short video from our group first.
วันนี้นะครับทุกคนวันที่ 23 พฤศจิกายน 2563 นะครับและตอนนี้นะครับเราก็อยู่กันที่แอมปาร์คนะครับผมแอมปาร์คคืออะไรแอมปาร์คคือคอมมูนิตี้มอลล์แห่งหนึ่งสำหรับเด็กจุฬาครับไม่ว่าจะเป็นการแฮงเอาท์กินข้าวหรือว่าอ่านหนังสือกับเพื่อนนะฮะทุกอย่างของเด็กจุฬารวมไว้ที่นี่นะครับผมแอมปาร์คเป็นบริษัทในเครือของ Imperial Land Group นะครับผมซึ่งมีมูลค่าการก่อสร้างรวมกันมากกว่า700 ล้านบาทนะครับผมพื้นที่แห่งนี้มีพื้นที่มากกว่า 20,000 ตารางเมตรเดี๋ยวข้างในจะเป็นยังไงเราไปชมกันครับแห่งนี้นะครับผมได้แรงบันดาลใจในการออกแบบมาจากสถาปัตยกรรมแบบ Contemporary 1248 ซึ่งได้รับอิทธิพลมาจากในสมัยของเผด็จการฟรานซิสนะครับผมซึ่งทำให้มีพื้นที่ค่อนข้างจะปลอดโปร่งและทำให้นักท่องเที่ยวเนี่ยมาเข้าชมมาใช้บริการกันค่อนข้างมากนะครับผมตัวอย่างเช่นไม่ว่าจะเป็นของร้านสตาร์บัคหรือร้านบูธร้านดิโอโรเป็นต้นนะครับต่อมาผมจะพาเข้าไปชมในส่วนด้านในอะไรนะฮะ
วันนี้เราไม่ได้มารีวิวดิโอโลกันเหรอครับ
เอาวันนี้ดิโอโรเหรอครับงั้นเดี๋ยวน้องคัดเลยครับและตอนนี้นะครับเราก็มาอยู่กันที่หน้าร้านดิโอโรแห่งนี้แล้วครับด้านในจะเป็นยังไงเดี๋ยวตามผมเข้ามาชมกันเลยครับทุกคน
To study the oral information system, we used reverse engineering process. It is the process to find a way to recreate an object or artificial object by understanding its architecture and design, starting from its final product and deconstructed parts. For our project, the process consists of 3 steps. First, getting to know. Second, understanding the system. And third, designing the enterprise information system. The Euro Company, an antique company established in 1999, started with a small coffee cafe. The company slowly grew into a full-service and coffee industry. But recently, the global trends are big data and information-driven. For the Euro to thrive and grow, they had to adapt by digitizing the company in order to achieve higher efficiency and bring the company to another level. But to drive the technology transformation, we need someone as a lead transformer. After we listen to the brief history of the Dioro, as engineers, we need to dig deeper into the system. We started by extracting and analyzing information from a normal Dioro receipt. From the study, we can see 2 big parts: the internal or enterprise information system. From the receipt, it shows their membership and reward system, which will be explained later in the presentation. And the external part, the business ecosystem.
The OLO the ecosystem is the network of organizations that each unit in ecosystem affect and affect to each other. That includes customers who play the biggest role in this ecosystem because generate the main revenue stream. Next, franchise investor who gain knowledge from everything that required for opening coffee station. Moreover, franchise investor also significant for indicate the growth of the OLO. The OLO also partner with a raw material, coffee bean, bakery supplier with benefit both the OLO and supplier company to match the demand and supply for both sides. The OLO has its own utility products such as packaging, cups, stove, napkin. Is necessary because the quality of this product also represents the quality of the branding. The OLO be promotion partners such as Detect by providing monthly promotion. Moreover, the OLO also be the partner of payment alternative service like Rabbit to improve customer experience. And finally, the lessor provide good location such as gas station and hospital for the OLO so that the business can look for new customer. The OLO take the advantage for the lessor that they can have nicer spot than their competitors.
After we see the overview of the business, the next process is to dive deep into the internal system. This process focuses on using the system diagram to see the internal concept of the business. Before we get into the diagram, there are two terms of dimensions that we are referring to. The first dimension defines how detailed the diagram is. Diagrams like data flow diagrams contain a lot of information, meaning that it is lower level compared to the higher level diagram like system context diagram, which only focuses on big picture information. Another dimension is the business level. The high level means the executives and the low level means the operator. To summarize, the system context diagram is a big picture diagram which only contains high level information. It only cares what ins and out of the entity, but it doesn't care what happened internally. It is very good when it is used for understanding the conceptual idea to explain how business works. However, it doesn't contain any physical aspect of the business.
As we use system context diagrams to describe the system of the euro in three functional levels, so we first introduce the top level for high business level. In this business level, the diagram represents the external entities and the information flow between them and the euro system. The diagram aim in this level is to provide the understanding of the euro system function to transmit and receive information with the external entities. For the main external associated entities in this diagram are including customer, supplier, franchise, and partner, since they are the main external entities that the euro contacts in the business. As shown in this diagram, the euro serves product and service information for customer and receives purchase information in return. For supplier, the interchanging information flow is material order from the euro and supply information is received back. For the second level, we tap into high level of ERP and cooperating systems. At this level, the system context diagram represents how ERP system functions with POS and CRM systems so that we know the functionality of each system. Like we see in this diagram, the Euro ERP updates the data of POS to the up-to-date version and keeps track of the transaction and inventory data from POS. On another side of this diagram, it is showing that ERP feeds data and report for CRM and retrieve back the data of product and customer transferring in return. In the bottom layer of system context diagram, we represent the operation in each submodule in order to represent how each module associated with the operational process. To demonstrate how system context diagram can be applied to describe the system in this level, we give an example of the production module where the processes are associated with procurement, sales, and warehouse. Our goal is to demonstrate how to get these modules work together and what each module functions for. For example, the function of production system and warehouse is to exchange the data of finished goods and raw material.
Supporting diagram, we design a use case diagram on the ER diagram to better understand the euro. This is our version of the use case diagram of the euro. It shows various interactions between the euros with its customer and its suppliers. We categorize the use case into 4 packages, which are purchase order, stocking supply, marketing and channels, and website. The purchase order package, the left-hand side, includes the use cases where customer interacts with the euro by purchasing an order through a barista. This includes another use cases of the barista having to prepare order for them. Moving over to the stocking supply package on the right-hand side, it shows the interaction between the euros with its suppliers. We have a comment which shows the help of ERP and SCM system that helps the euro to manage its inventory and supply chain. On the left-hand side is a marketing and channels package. It contains the use cases for how the euro reaches to its customer through marketing with the help of CRM. This package also includes a use case for users to review the company on a lifestyle platform like ChongCharoen. On the right-hand side is a website channel package. It has a use case for customer to register for the euro membership and a use case for customer to view and get information about the company through website. This is our version of the ER diagram for the euro. The ER diagram for the euro composed of 5 main tables, which are member, receipt, employee, branch, and item. The diagram portrays the database infrastructure behind the interaction of the euro information system, which is entity, from membership to branch management. A single transaction of a cup of coffee will touch off these entities in the ER diagram.
Okay, next we will talk about the designing and implementation of the ERP system. For ERP selection, Odoo has many advantages over other ERP systems, but for the main advantages, which we use as a criteria for ERP selection, are user-friendly and very flexible. Odoo also allows users to implement other modules to Odoo using programming language such as Python. For module we selected 7 main modules, which are POS, accounting, inventory, purchasing, manufacturing, sales, and employee. Next, I will talk about the process of ERP system so that everybody can see more clear picture on it. Imagine that you are the customer who want to buy a cup of coffee from the Oro. What are the processes that are happening right now? Buying a cup of coffee involves many processes behind it, and let me explain. First, POS system collects money from the customer. This updates the inventory and balance in the accounting system. Next, the system will check the inventory from the availability of the products, and if the product is unavailable, then the headquarters will distribute the goods to the local branch in a process called internal transfer. And if the headquarters realizes that finished goods are run out of stock, it could order using the manufacturing modules to produce finished goods. The manufacturing modules processes raw material into finished goods and store them in the finished goods warehouse at the headquarters. In case that raw material run out, the headquarters of the Oro will order raw material through suppliers or vendors via the purchasing modules. For the dashboard in the sales modules, it shows daily sales of each local branch, which makes it convenient for manager at the headquarters to inspect turnover of each branch. Last, the employer modules will help store data of each employee in the Oro. This allows the headquarters to view the information of every employee in the Oro, which helps in managing organization.
So the main lesson from this term project is reverse engineering. We could actually apply reverse engineering into everything that we want to do in the future. We learned that we must start by seeing the big picture of the subject, in this case the Oro. We studied the ecosystem of the Oro and found the interaction of the Oro and its environment. After we know the elements in the big picture, now we must organize these essential elements into diagrams. From this project, we had organized the elements into system diagram, ER diagram, and use case diagram. And lastly, we implemented an ERP system, and the lesson that we had learned is to study the options, advantages, and disadvantages before investing into it. Lastly, we want to thank you Ajahn Yanyong for guiding us through this reverse engineering process. And thank you for this big opportunity that is so valuable for us to learn from a real case study with real information from the Oro. We are very thankful and really appreciate your effort in teaching us. Hope to see you again. Thank you once again. Bye bye.